smack bang in the middle of spring. If you haven't got involved yet, what the bloody hell are you doing? My Racehorse, just Google it, everything comes up. You can get involved, super stable. Horses of the absolute utmost quality continue to be added to the My Racehorse roster. Adam McGrath, hello to you, big man.
Cam, always great to be with you. How are you today?
I'm good now. This is an interesting day, to be fair. And you and I, of course, we have a relationship. We're on different sides of the world, but we have a working relationship. And some would consider us mates. But that is going to be truly tested today because there are 4 horses of which we are going to either flip a coin or play paper, rock, scissors to have a draft and draft horses into you and I in our challenge. So, to be fair, I know I'm a very warm and welcoming type of human being normally, but today there's going to be a bit of a nasty edge to me, to be honest, if it doesn't go my way. So, good luck with that.
Well, it's risky for you, Cam, because I'm used to not having many mates and also losing out with friends. So I'm happy to go all in as well here, and I'll just take one less.
I'm with you. I've lost an abundance of mates over the years, so what's another one if it falls by the wayside in the next 15 or minutes' time? Now, I do want to say this before we get into the horses, and you and I have had chats with these trainers over the last couple of weeks, so I'll explain a little more about that in a moment. But Christmas gift cards. We are remarkably, I know we're still in October, but I have seen some Christmas decorations starting to float around Melbourne. I'm not sure how it is over in the States, but we are rapidly getting closer to Christmas. Christmas gift cards. Jump on MyRacehorse.com. Check it out, because I think it is the perfect gift to open, unwrap, gift card. You jump on My Racehorse, you select what you want to be a part of, and all of a sudden you're welcoming in the festive year and into the new year with some micro shares and some horses. I don't think there's a better gift getting around.
Well, Cam, I think we can be honest. The amount of times we've got something in a stocking or a work party that we don't want, if I got this gift card, I'd be much happier. So I'm with you. I think it's a nice little way just to make someone's Christmas with the gift cards. I know a lot of people have been inquiring already online, so definitely a good present to move forward with.
In particular in today's day and age where we see a great deal of KK and Christmas gifts being exchanged at work, no better way, and I'm 100% in this corner, you suck up to your boss as much as possible. And I think it's the perfect way to maintain a perfect working record into 2022. Jump on MyRacehorse.com and check it out. All right, before we get to our draft, we have to check in with the trainers. BJORN Baker is a man that I spoke to last week. Of course, CHANT is the filly, and this is a little bit of what he had to say.
We are, as My Racehorse owners, we are a very ambitious lot. Okay, we all have differing opinions on the name and a million different things that pop up in the horse racing world. But one thing we all agree on is that we're going to celebrate pretty hard when this particular filly wins a Group 1. So we're aiming at the very top, BJORN. Give me a pie in the sky type of idea of what race we might target and then what we're going to do on the back of it with the trophy and where we're going to take it.
Well, I'm thinking I'm going to have a cheap night, a few free beers, and I'm very happy. But no, well, you never quite know. You've got some good races in the autumn. There's the Surround Stakes at Randwick, 1,400 metre Group 1. That one pops into my mind. In terms of the spring this time, are a little bit delayed. And then, of course, we've got Magic Millions options as well. She's still a Magic Millions horse, and depending on what she does, we could look at a race like the 3-year-old maiden. So you've got Magic Millions next year, the year after, the year after, the year after. So in terms of that, we've got good options too. But coming back to the name, if she's a good horse, she's well named, trust me.
Now, to see the rest of that chat, jump on MyRacehorse.com. You can see the full chat that I had with BJORN Baker. And I like this, Adzi. I like the fact that the trainers have been, you know, they're superstar Group 1 winning trainers, but they've also been selected on the basis of, hey, you know what? We're going to dream as well. This is what the My Racehorse owners do. They dream big, and we'll get to Scott Barras later in the show. But BJORN Baker, 1, loves a beer, and 2, loves to believe that his horses can go towards Group 1s, and that's a perfect example.
Well, Cam, I think you have to take into consideration for the draft as well, the celebration. And if you've seen on social media, BJORN Baker's celebration, he gets right behind his horses and he doesn't mind having a drink after. So that's certainly come into my thought process with one of the horses that I may draft.
Yeah, that is true. But if you have a look at the actual crew, Wayne Hawkes, Tony McEvoy, Mark NEWNHAM, they all enjoy a beer. So in the end, it might not be the defining factor. But you caught up with Wayne Hawkes as well, didn't you?
I certainly did, and he let us in to his thoughts around PYROIS, a horse that we've spent a fair bit of money on.
It's all right to have the looks. You've got to have the class and the ability. He's already started to show us some ability. We haven't pushed him because he hasn't been ready. Pre-Christmas, I would be a big push to have no 2-year-old racing pre-Christmas if it was my doing, but we have races like Magic Millions and that sort of stuff, and people just want to push. But one thing we don't do in our stable is pre-Christmas, you'll only ever see a horse there if it can go the races and it can win. So there's a tip in itself. You see one of ours running pre-Christmas, you know it's going to run pretty good. This bloke has taken a little bit of time to come right. Like, to be fair, we've only had him 9 months. So he's done a hell of a lot in 9 months of getting broken in and going through the process. And the process is as much about him learning from us is us learning from him. So he's handled everything really, really well.
I'll be honest, Adsy, it shook me at the start because I thought he was talking about himself when he opened with it's okay to you got one to have the looks, you got to have the class and ability. But hey, look, it's a notion and a theory that, as he touched on there, they don't essentially run them too early as 2-year-olds, and it's one that's been pretty well known. But it's a perfect way, and their record speaks for themselves.
Well, you never know what's going to come out of Wayne Hawkes' mouth, Cam, so it was fair of you to think that could have been the case with him.
MyRacehorse.com to check out the full chat that Ads had with Wayne Hawkes. All right, Tony McEvoy, deep point. Actually, no, I don't want to say that because that might give away my hand as we head towards the draft shortly.
Don't play games.
Tony McEvoy, you caught up with him as well last week.
For those that haven't had a horse with you before, yourself and Calvin, just like to keep a lid on things. You keep things in-house and let the horse come out and do the talking. Watching from afar, it looks as though this horse has even surprised you guys, though, that he was just going along, doing his work and just sort of kept improving at a rapid rate. Is that true?
Yeah, look, we don't ask them many questions early, Adam, unless they want it. So our job as the coach is just to develop them at their own speed, and they all come at different times. And this young fella came through his base work really well. He was having fun, loving what he was doing, and then we started to just step his work up, and every time we gave him a little quicken up, he just wanted to go faster than we wanted him to go. So the signs were fabulous from the start, and we've still got more to learn about him, of course, but I'm loving what I'm seeing from him.
Now, it must be said, haven't asked a great deal of questions, but I reckon I might have got some answers, and a Sonata jump out early Monday morning against the older horses was really impressive. You can check that out via the My Racehorse website, or just watch it right now. I didn't realise this was coming, but I'm glad that it is because it is fun to watch. Talk us through this, Adsy. I don't know if you can see this, but we're watching it right now. Might have beautifully done from that inside gate and just let it roll into My Racehorse colours. And to be fair, was almost in a sleeper hold. The jock, Luke Curry, didn't let it go at all, but was still impressive against horses much older.
Yeah, I really liked this jump out. We know that the last one, as you heard Tony McEvoy say, things just didn't go to plan, but here again showed speed out of barrier 1. So there's a big tick with the 2-year-old races that are coming up. And then, as you said, Luke Curry has just got a really nice hold on this horse. Cornered well, did everything right. And I just like the way here, you can still see that Luke is just sitting really quiet, but he starts letting down from about that 300-metre mark and pulls away from the field and then eased all the way to the line. So positive signs there. The other big positives for those that aren't too aware was that they were meant to be trialling against 2-year-olds and there were none of them there. So that is against older horses. We don't know the class of them. They might all be running for absolutely nothing. But for a 2-year-old horse that's new to the game to do that against older horses, it's a positive sign.
Still a little while to go, but Cup Day. It looks like there'll be a swing and we might see next Tuesday, the first Tuesday in November, which is now, in the eyes of us, become the most important race on the card.
Well, Cam, if the horse does race on Cup Day and he may feature in your draft, maybe you have to wear your cricketer set out there and really support the deep point thing, get the sweatband, the zinc, the white suit and out there with the cricket ball. And I'd really want to see you getting behind that horse. If you're not willing to do that, maybe I should have him in the draft. We'll find out.
I'll tell you this. When I get him in the draft, I will take the grey nickels out. I'm on track for work at Flemington on that first Tuesday in November. Forget the Melbourne Cup. This will be the biggest race on the day if the My Racehorse deep point gets out there. And I will take the grey nickels. Single scoop, double scoop, I'll triple scoop it. I'm telling you, I'll be there and I'll, with my pads on and a little bit of zinc on the nose for deep point. We'll get to the draft very shortly. Mark NEWNHAM, you caught up with him last week as well, lads.
I did. It was an interesting chat too, because he told us a little bit about the family. He may have actually ridden one of the family members of GOTEBO and then never ridden the horse again. It went on to win some big races, but this is his thought on GOTEBO.
Okay, so he's ticking the boxes there. Are there any attributes that are really standing out for him or that are setting him a little bit apart from some of the other 2-year-olds you've got?
Oh, look, he's got a good presence about him. You know, he knows he's a colt. So, you know, those sort of things you have to just keep in check. But generally, you know, they're like teenage boys at this stage. You just got to give them enough work to stay on top of them and keep them focused. And that's him to a T.
Well, like teenage boys, we all know that means there's a bit of maturity to have. When can we expect to see this guy at the track?
Oh, I'd say towards the autumn. Late autumn into the winter. Look, I'd love to see him be something similar to the Autumn Sun, who was the last champion 2-year-old colt by Redutes, and he got going towards the late autumn and into the Brisbane winter. I mean, that would be the ultimate goal. But look, with horses, they end up telling you.
I'm shaking with excitement, Adzi. As soon as I hear Autumn Sun get mentioned, one of my favourites, like a lot of people around the country in the last 3, 4, 5 years, it is always exciting. And any time that there's a similar horse to that calibre in the same conversation, it does excite you. You can check all the full chats out on MyRacehorse.com. All right, let's do this. Now,
the friendship is on the line already.
You and I spoke, and we had a production meeting last week, and I was going to bring a coin in. I was going to flip it, and you straight up said, not a chance in hell am I allowing that when we're in different countries, because you know that I have a 2-headed coin at home, and I've been using it to be fair, great results for the last decade. So we're going to do paper, scissors, rock, and it's best of 1, and the person who wins has picks 1 and 4, and the loser has 2 and 3. We agreeing on that?
Yeah, so we paper, scissors, rock, show. Is that what we're sort of doing?
I think so.
Okay.
What do you mean paper, scissors, rock, show? How else do you play?
And then we show our hand, but we've got to say paper, scissors, rock, then your hand.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Perfect. Well, I don't trust you, Cam.
Yeah, that's fair enough too. Oh, mate, you've lived in the US for about 5 minutes, and all of a sudden you're trying to bring North American rules in. Come on. All right, here we go.
I can hear noises and everything.
Here we go. This is big, because it could actually mean one of us are going to have a live chance next Tuesday to kickstart it on Cup Day. All right, here we go. Okay, I don't even know the rules, to be honest. I don't even know what beats what. Okay, paper. Oh, hang on. Is there a lag here? Because you seem to be a microsecond behind me. Oh, geez. All right, here we go. Here we go.
All right.
Paper, scissors, rock, show. I think you were lagged, but I'm going to have to cop it.
He's done it. What a moment. Deep point, you're coming home. Yes. Can't wait, Cam. Clean bowled, you're out. T20 World Cup's on at the moment. I've got deep point. We are going next week to Flemington.
But because this is T20-like, there's no DRS or review system, so I just have to cop it and walk off sulkingly with my back dragging behind me. All right.
I thought I had your mind sussed out as well.
Yeah,
I just knew what you were going to do there.
I knew. I can't hide the excitement. I'm still damn excited about what's going to happen on Tuesday. It'll win. And then I'll have to send you a congratulations text.
Thank you.
Bjorn
I'll send
Baker,
you my address.
I like to chat with Bjorn Baker. I'm going to take Rock Chant, and I'll take PYROIS as well, because I like Wayne Hawkes, and mainly because I've had a few drinks with Wayne, as we all have over the time. And so I'll take Rock Chant and PYROIS, and you can have GOTEBO.
So I've got the Flemington winning. I've got the Flemington winner next week. Now the horse has been likened to Autumn Sun. I'd say that's a good draft.
Yeah, I agree. You know, the only thing that right now makes me feel a bit better about myself, and it takes a bit to get that, is that we couldn't really go wrong. These are 4 of the highest quality bred, and already what we've seen in different aspects, be it a trial, a jump out, or just track work as they step up. They're all on the way to being really, really good. So my ego's hurt because I hate losing, but I'm still very happy with the 2 that I've picked up on the back of it. What is our bet again?
Was it? I was going to say it was going to be dinner, but it was dinner when you came for the Super Bowl, or I came back home. I think it was.
Yeah, we'll have. I do notice you're trying to now just raise the stakes a little bit, but no, dinner.
I think it was an expensive dinner as well. I think with lobster.
Now, I'm not sure, I know none of us asked about Bjorn Baker or Wayne Hawkes or Tony McEvoy, Mark Newnham, about any of these horses just accidentally, weirdly, uniquely bobbing up in a Kentucky Derby. It won't happen, but it has happened before. Authentic, when he won the 2020 Kentucky Derby, it was MyRacehorse were heavily involved. There were owners galore. They were going nuts, as well they should, and Scott Barrass was one of them. And he joins us right now on the MyRacehorse Super Show. Hello, buddy.
Thank you, guys. It's a pleasure to be here.
This is what we love about MyRacehorse. Gives you opportunities to get involved in races that you would only dream of. And it happened exactly to you. Authentic in a weird year. The Kentucky Derby was pushed back, I think, 3 or 4 months because of the coronavirus, but you stuck fat and you reaped the rewards.
Yep, certainly. It was certainly a ride to be on at the time. Obviously, with the COVID situation that everybody was going through. I think Authentic brought a lot of people a lot of hope that year.
In that situation, when you became aligned with MyRacehorse and bought some micro shares, at any time, or at what time did you start to think, oh boy, the Kentucky Derby, maybe the most famous race in the world. We've got a good one here, and there's an opportunity, considering how good he was early in that season, to actually win it. When did you dare to dream?
Well, actually, I bought in just before he won his first Grade 1, the Haskell, which was the lead up to the Kentucky Derby. So once he won the Haskell Stakes, the plan for the Kentucky Derby, I think, was always on the board. It wasn't an easy win for him in that race, but yeah, from that point, it looked like he was going to go on to the Derby and would be pretty competitive.
Scott, I don't know if you can remember how much you paid for him back in the day, but as we mentioned, what a journey to be on, to be able to follow through those races, and now, of course, involved with him as a stallion as well. So it just continues going on.
Yeah, for sure. I think the cost was about $206 US a share. But yeah, as you said, it's one of the best things with him was the stallion prospect at the end of his racing career as well. So whatever he did in between now and then was always going to be a bonus for us.
How did you spend the day? Like, it's a Sunday morning here in Australia. What was it like? You wake up, well, you may not have slept. I know I wouldn't sleep. But what was it like for you being here, involved in that race?
Well, actually, funny enough, it was actually Father's Day here in Australia on that Sunday morning. And from memory, I think the race was actually about 9:30 in the morning. So we did get to watch it live, sitting up in the lounge room with the big screen on. It was obviously it was a tab meeting that was covered on Sky, so we were able to watch it live there. So it was terrific. It's the best breakfast for Father's Day I've ever had.
Where the kids would have been stuffed then. How can you get a better present than the Authentic winner?
Well, I would have gone the other way. I would have gone the other way, and this gives you an indication of the person I am, but I would have actually chosen to hold off on a present for my dad until I seen how the race unfolded, because presents, as you said, Ads, you don't get any bigger than that. So there you go. It could have been, I assume you got the double win because your kids are probably better than I am.
Well, needless to say, I didn't get any presents that day because, I was just too excited about what was happening.
He was a superstar. He went on to win the Breeders' Cup Classic as well. He was the American Horse of the Year. So it wasn't like a flash in the pan. All of a sudden you had this amazing season, and it was a continual high of which you stayed on for a number of months. Oh, yeah, it was terrific. It was just one of those things in racing that I guess not many people get to experience. And as you said, he ticked every box. Everything that could be won that year for a horse in the US, he did it.
Scott, it was obviously a great time for you as well. And I know that you're involved in a few US horses, but you also reached out pretty quickly when you heard that we were going to start in Australia. How have you enjoyed MyRacehorse in Australia, and have you bought any shares yet in any of these horses coming through?
Yeah, I've pretty much in everything at the moment. I'd like to get in as soon as they come up, as soon as possible. Just about to dive into the Piero filly. But no, it's a great concept, and I was really looking forward to them kicking off in Australia for a long time once they indicated interest that they were going to do that. So I think I pestered them for a while actually over there about when they were going to do it. So yeah, I was very happy once they kicked off. Mate, brilliant. Unbelievable. I know you've been patted on the back and congratulated. It's been over a year since it happened, but it's still so exciting to talk about it, mate, and looking forward to having that type of success. And I'm going to find out exactly offline
what horses you're in here in Australia, because I'm going to try and just jump on that bandwagon because, mate, you are almost the golden goose when it comes to My Racehorse, mate. Congratulations. We'll talk again soon.
Thank you very much for that, guys. It's been a pleasure.
Scott Barrass.
Thanks, Scott.
There you go. Authentic. He was a superstar. You mentioned him as a stallion as well, and you continue to ride that in a much different way. So, gee. I don't know about you, Ads. I don't know if it's a time of the year. I don't know if it's the spring that has sprung or just talking to Scott and the excitement around it. That is what My Racehorse does. And you know what? I'm sure you're feeling it right now after winning the My Racehorse Super Show draft, which means you are heavily involved in our little bet in the first Tuesday, or looking like the first Tuesday in November.
No, I feel very similar to Scott, but it's a really good point, isn't it? That, you know, you can get involved for so many reasons. And for Scott, I mean, he got into a stallion prospect, which is something that My Racehorse is looking at, and he's still sitting there watching now the progeny of Authentic and really enjoying that ride as well. So hopefully we have that same success in Australia. Hopefully it's Deep Point that starts that next week. I'm looking forward to that.
I do, even though I lost only moments ago, I do hope that it is Deep Point next Tuesday. All right, get involved, myracehorse.com. Check it out. The Christmas gift cards are up. Don't miss out. No better present, be it a family member or a boss. You know what? Even someone you don't particularly like, Adsy, you can still hand it over because I might mend a bridge that needs mending. It's the best way to get involved this Christmas. Christmas gift cards. Jump on myracehorse.com. Until next week, mate, we will chat very soon.
Cam, always a pleasure.